I'm Jackson Pearce, and this video is about snakes. So if you didn't hear, a very small but very deadly cobra has escaped from the Bronx Zoo in New York. This happened in Georgia once too. This special rattlesnake got out and it was discovered on this lady's porch in a nearby neighborhood. Unfortunately, it was not discovered until after the lady had clubbed it to death because, it's Georgia. You see a rattlesnake, it's not a crazy reaction to think, bam, bam, as opposed to thinking, this is probably the rare rattlesnake that escaped from the zoo. Anyway, I actually really like snakes, and I used to catch snakes and have pet snakes, and my dad actually used to have these boa constrictors that my mom made him get rid of when I was born because I think she was afraid they were gonna eat me. One of the pet snakes I had was a little garden snake that I caught, and another one was this huge king snake that my dad actually caught for me. I think king snakes are actually illegal to keep as pets, but baby Jackson didn't care about that. I named the snake Terminator. I've never actually seen any of the Terminator movies, but Terminator's a pretty BA name for a snake if you ask me. Terminator the snake ate mostly mice and sometimes rats, and I wasn't especially fond of watching him eat either. I took him to school once and I let this teacher wrap him around her head and pet him as if he were some tame domestic pet store snake, and I never mentioned to her that, I found him in the woods a few weeks ago. What's funny to me is although I still really like snakes and I'm not afraid of them in general, I would never ever own one as a pet now. And I'll admit that if I found a rattlesnake or cobra on my porch, I'd be much likely to scream and scare it away as opposed to trying to catch it like baby Jackson would have. I'm not sure exactly when this switch came about, and it goes far beyond snakes. There were all these adventurous, cool things that I did as a kid that now I look back at it and I'm like, oh my god, how am I not dead? That's the most dangerous thing in the world. When is it that you start thinking of the worst case scenario instead of, how cool a pet rattlesnake would be? Did you do anything as a kid that you would, never, ever, ever do now? Do you know exactly when you changed your mind about it? I would like to know. Let me know in the comments. By the way, this video is a day late, but that means it's a golden opportunity to remind my YouTube subscribers that I actually do a live video chat every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. The link is below me somewhere, and you should definitely come. It's a lot of fun. All right, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.